Good evening, members. Good evening, members of the public. Good evening, everybody. And welcome to this District Area Plan Committee held on Thursday, the 1st of December 2022. My name is Councillor Kevin Lagan and I'm the chairman of this committee. I'm joined this evening by officers in person, Mr Matt Lee Specialist Placed, and Miss Anna Tastoskolou, Specialist Development Manager, who's a case officer, and remotely by Tara Berg, Committee Clerk, and Ben Harrison, who's responsible for streaming. Members, we're streaming this meeting live and as well as recording, and by being present in the meeting, you're giving your consent to being recorded. During each item, please put your hand up to indicate if you wish to speak. I will then invite you at the appropriate time. Please note that the YouTube live stream sound recording is dependent on the correct use of microphones. Therefore, can I ask you, when invited, to speak, and remember to turn your microphone, turn it off when you've finished. Please keep a reference to a page or paragraph number when referring to the agenda paper, and please keep your contributions as clear and concise as possible. Tara, any apologies for absence, please?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, apologies have been received from Councillor Beale, Councillor Boyce, Councillor Howe, Councillor Hubner, Councillor Mays, Councillor Morgan and Councillor Morley. Thank you, Chairman. That's great. Thanks, Tara. We move on to the minutes of the previous meeting. Apologies. Councillor Stamp.
Thank you, Chairman. I can't remember, was Councillor Hull mentioned? Because she asked me to send her apologies this morning when I saw her, so Councillor Hull's not attending.
Okay, Tara, did you get that? Councillor Hull's not in attendance?
Councillor Hull, yes, of course, no problem. We can add that to the list. Thank you, Chairman.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Councillor Stamp. Members, I'll move on to the minutes. It's recommended that the minutes of the meeting held on the 27th of October, found on pages 7 to 18, are approved as a true and accurate record. I so move. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Councillor Nunn, thank you. Any member wish to speak on any matters of accuracy on the minutes? Excellent. Okay, we'll move on to section 4, declarations of interest. To disclose the existence and nature of any disclosable pecuniary interests, other registrable interests and non-registrable interests relating to the items of business on the agenda, having regard to paragraph 9 and appendix B of the Code of Conduct for Members. Members are reminded that they are also required to disclose any such interests as soon as they become aware, should the needs arise throughout the meeting. Members, do I have any declarations of interest? Perfect, thank you very long. We'll move along to agenda item 5, which is found on pages 19 to 80. This is item 5, the application number is 22/00523/RESM, land at Broad Street, Green Road, Maypole Road and Langford Road in Heybridge, and also draw members' attention to the members' update that's been distributed today. We do have one public speaker, but we'll go to the public speaker after Ms Tastoskolou has presented the report. Anna, could you be kind enough to do that? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. So, it is noted that since the publication of the members' update, a consultation response from Sports England has been received, raising no comments in relation to the application. So the application is presented to tonight's committee following deferral from the last District Planning Committee on the 27th of October, and the application was deferred by committee in order for the applicant to consider revising the scale, height and design of the northeastern block of flats proposed within parcel 12. Amendments have been included and they are included into this presentation. As you already know, this application relates to the largest of the 3 sites allocated within the North Heybridge Garden suburb. The proposal relates to phase 2 of the approved development, and in particular the land that is reserved for the delivery of the residential parcels 10, 11 and 12. Following deferral, the proposal would still seek planning permission for the construction of 262 residential units with associated access, parking, servicing and landscaping. The main revisions incorporated to the scheme include the replacement of the previously proposed block of flats, 3-storey block of flats on the corner here to the northeast of parcel 12, with 2 smaller in size and 2-storey in height blocks of flats, as you can see on that plan. The number of units, type, tenure, all of it remains the same. This is the master plan, and I'm going to go through all of the previous plans quickly just because they've been revised, but nothing significant has changed apart from this part of parcel 12. So the proposal would still include 79 affordable units. It would still comply with the density parameter plan and the building heights parameter plan. This is the illustrative landscape plan. Garden sizes would still meet the Modern District Design Guide standards. Materials are the same as before. Parking, one parking space. That's the only difference, that one parking space will be provided for each flat, 1 and 2 bedroom flats. This is the permeability plan, the refuse collection. Car charging. All of the units will be provided with a minimum of 1 EV charging point. The boundary treatment. This relates to the different type of houses along the northern boundary of the site to be a bit more traditional because they are closer to the listed buildings. 24 different types of houses are proposed and 4 different types of apartment blocks instead of 3. These are some streets and elevations. This one has been changed. Here you can see the proposed block of flats. This is the view from Broad Street Green Road. Some more streets and elevations that have not been affected by the revisions. Some more. Here I have included the previously proposed and the currently proposed scheme. So this is what was previously proposed, the 3-story block of flats, and now this has been split into 2 smaller 2-story blocks of flats, as you can see on that streets in elevation. Some more streets in elevations. These are the plans and elevations of the other blocks of flats on the other side of parcel 12. These are the same, have not been amended. Apartment block, the same on the western part of parcel 12, has not been amended from the previous proposal. These are the amended apartment blocks. So this is one of the 2, their elevations and plans and elevations of the other block of flats. These are the revised, as I said. A selection of the houses that they are proposed, that they were included in the previous presentation. They have not been amended, as I said. No new or different types of houses are proposed. Some 2-bedroom dwellings and some 3-bedroom dwellings and 4-bedroom dwellings. These are the garages, and here are some visuals. This is view from Heybridge Wood. This is the view of the apartment block as previously proposed, and honestly, I don't know what is going on with that.
Well, that's scary.
Sorry.
Predetermination.
Yeah. Sorry. And this is the. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I should have left it in there. Anyway, so this is the block. This is the block of flats as previously proposed, and this is how it has been amended. As you can see, it's been replaced with 2-story blocks of flats. One is this one, and one is this one. Some visuals from the northern part of the site. This is from the Spine Roads towards the north. These are some visuals of the other blocks of flats on the other side of parcel 12, and some photographs of the site, which you're all well aware. So Heybridge Wood and the application site, and this is views of the application site, and here are some views on the opposite side of Broad Street Green Road. So the principle of development, as previously discussed, is considered acceptable. The details of the residential element of this phase 2 of the development are considered to accord with the North Heybridge Garden Strategic Master Plan Framework and the North Heybridge Strategic Design Code, the approved parameter plans, and the outline planning permission to which it relates. Overall, it is considered the revised layout, mass, height, form, design, appearance and landscaping of the development would be acceptable, and it would be a good representation of the character areas that are aimed for this section of the North Heybridge garden suburb. It is also considered the scheme as revised would overcome the concerns raised previously by members in relation to the scale, mass and height of the previously proposed apartment block. On this basis, the scheme is proposed for approval, subject to conditions on pages 25 to 30 of the agenda, those revised within the members' update, and also subject to the revision of the plan numbers included in condition 7 to reflect the latest revisions. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much indeed, Anna. We do have one person to speak, Mr. Jamie MacArthur. If you'd like to come forward, please, Jamie. That's perfect. Okay, Mr. MacArthur, so you have 2 minutes from the time you start talking to lodge your information. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, members. Hello again. My name is Jamie MacArthur from Bellway Homes. Thank you for the opportunity to address the committee again tonight. As there are no objectors, I will keep this brief and I will focus on the reason for deferral from the last committee. We have listened to your comments at the last committee and revised our proposals accordingly. Having seen now the officer's presentation of the revised scheme, it's clear the scheme has been significantly approved. The reduction of height on the corner of Broad Street Green ensures that the character is retained with more traditional two-storey homes. These homes are in excess of sort of 80 metres away from the existing properties. Should we receive approval tonight, we will be on site in spring 23 and completed on site by 25-26, which is approximately 87 units per year. There is a Section 106 legal agreement already in place, which ensures the delivery of affordable homes and wider infrastructure, including the open spaces and play facilities, etc. In summary, the principal development has been established by the outline plan permission, and this application is fully compliant with the requirements of that permission. And we have revised the application to take into account your comments from the last meeting. As such, the officers have concluded that proposals are acceptable in planning terms, and I ask members to approve the application in accordance with the officers' recommendations. Thank you again for your time and your comments, and very much look forward to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. MacArthur. If you'd just like to go back, thank you. Better get Councillor Fluker back in. Okay, any other comments, Mr. Lee? No. Okay. Members, we have recommendations which are found on page 19 of the report to approve, subject to conditions in section 8 and on pages 4 to 6 of the members' update. Proposed, seconded, thank you. So it's proposed by Councillor Durham, seconded by Councillor White. Members, open the chamber for debate. Okay, Councillor Siddle, Councillor Edwards. Okay. Anybody hands up? Okay, could I start with Councillor Siddle, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, I think what has come back from the developer is now very much in keeping with the character of the road, and it fits with what the B1022 is, which is a rural road, and it's a rural road all the way from Malden to Colchester. And we have kept that character with this new development and in terms of the scale of these apartments, and I think it's now a great design, and it will not be something that is an imposition on that rural road.
Thank you, Councillor Siddle. Councillor Edwards.
Thank you, Chairman. First of all, I'd like to thank the developers for actually coming back with a revised plan, and quite quickly too, so that's appreciated. But I would like to just point out something, not actually on the plan itself, but the principle of garden suburbs. The The principle of garden suburbs is integrating new development and existing communities for their mutual benefit. And I would like to refer members to our local development plan, page 35, paragraph 2.73, and I'll quote it. It is essential that cycling and walking networks influence the structure of new development. Strategic cycle routes will be developed to establish safe local connections between new and existing neighbourhoods. Walking routes will be established based on the existing public footpath network, and new links will provide direct access to local destinations and will link existing and new neighbourhoods. Now, I wanted to point this out to members that due to recent issues not related to this application, it is proven that this has not been taken into account previously. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, that it is essential that connectivity between the garden suburbs and the existing communities is made available to the public. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Spencer, please.
Well, of course, what we're dealing with here is the reserved matters. As the officer has said, this is in accordance with the already approved parameter plan. However, I'm glad that we hung out last time, that we went back to the developer and asked for something different for those residents, because I think that's the least that we could do given all the circumstances. So I'm really grateful that that's come back altered. I want to very quickly back up everything that Councillor Edwards has just said, because we deal with this on a daily basis. We have small children walking down Broad Street Green Road. We nearly lost a 4-year-old autistic boy a couple of weeks ago because he ran because he was so scared by the fast lorries passing him at 40 miles an hour. And it was their only way of getting to primary school at that time, due to an ongoing issue that we can't mention here, as we've said. So I'd love to see some safety improvements for Broad Street Green Road, but I have to say that were this not already approved in outline, I wouldn't be supporting a site with a road like that now. And I have to say that I wonder what went on in the past, and I'll never quite understand it. But I do thank the developer for coming back with what he has today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Spenceley. Councillor Hull. Councillor Beale, sorry. It's been a long day, Anne. That's being all serious, come on.
Right, thank you. I'd like to start off by thanking the developers for taking on board what myself and Councillor Siddle highlighted. I mean, what they actually proposed was very similar to the development we had up by Malden Town Football Club. Great big blocks of flats right on the entrance. I don't understand the logic in that, but I'm not a developer. The other plus points to me is the fact we've got electricity points from, I think, all the houses, from what I could see from them minuscule drawings, which are obviously taken by NASA. What I am disappointed about is the fact we haven't really considered any solar panels or any heat pumps, seeing as we're not allowed any gas boilers after 2025. That to me would have been a win-win for the people buying these houses, because now if you've got gas boilers in there, you're going to have to fork out to get one next time it's out. And I'm sorry to say that is not a garden suburb, it's a housing estate. And the other thing I'd like to say is, if you can actually get the children out of the bedrooms, I can't see any play areas for the children. I don't know what they're supposed to do. I mean, I see once again we've got the artistic scope up there with the views that we're supposed to see. But I think, you know, it was a good artist, full stop. And as I said, not being a developer, personally, I would have put anything like a big bulk of flats and whatever along a bypass, which would be on the left-hand side, which no one would have taken any notice of. So to me, it just seems ludicrous putting it at the beginning of a development. But, I mean, it is what it is. But as I said, I'm a bit disappointed that it's not looking more like a garden suburb as opposed to a housing estate, but I'd still like to thank them for taking on board the items that we did bring up.
Thank you, Councillor Beale. Any comments, Matt?
Very quick one, if you're allowed. Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Only in relation to the plain areas that you've said, these are included within the landscaping and infrastructure, strategic landscaping and infrastructure. So these are provided, but they are provided outside the residential parcels. We are considering those applications, and the committee has considered those applications for this phase 2, in the past. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Swain.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Just a small piece for explanation. The reduction in height and therefore accommodation on this block that has given cause for concern has meant slightly more intensification somewhere else in this parcel of land. Are the officers satisfied that this hasn't had that the amount of proper amenity space is still available for this more intensive area?
Through you, Chairman. Yes, it's going to be compliant, as I said. Yes.
Thank you. Councillor Fluker.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Can we just go back and have a look at the visuals for the proposed elevator, the proposed change of design and the previous design? So can you just, okay, so that's what's coming now, yeah? That's what's being proposed now, and just flick back to what was proposed before. Okay, so go back again. Yeah, I mean, it might just be the way it's been rendered, but the roofs still look very tall compared to the houses to the rear, which look like a pair of semi-detached houses. And that's just my observation. So I do hope that we don't have another application come forward later to put dormer windows in the roof. And I'm sure that the applicant would have heard that. And now can we just go to, I think you've got one with proposed landscape. So I presume that this will be conditioned so that this will be decided by officers afterwards, because I think that it's very, very important that when we come to these meetings and we see these landscape schemes and we see the renderings and we see lots of trees and everything else, and then when these developments are built out, we don't see so many trees and we don't see so many, wonderful shrubs and everything else. And I think we can go to any new development in the district and see that. And I accept that once these schemes have been agreed, then the developer is under an obligation to replace any trees or plants or shrubs that die. But unfortunately, that clearly is not happening in this district at the moment. And I know we've had one of the hottest years, and I just hope that when officers consider landscape, then I hope they bear in mind what's been put before members today, which I think is acceptable. But Chairman, this is an absolute classic case of the members' place shaping. And Councillor Siddle should be commended because he specifically, put forward a reason to refuse this, to bring it back, to do this. This is what place shaping is. And Chairman, I know you'll probably guess what I'm going to say next, but if only the policy team at this council had allowed the members to place shape with the local development plan, we would be in a much better place. But Chairman, I think you've got a proposer and a second, and if I'm the last to speak, then I'd ask that you put that to the council. Thank you. Committee.
Thank you, Councillor Fluker. Are there any other members who'd like to speak before we move forward? I will make a comment. Can we go back to the visual where the second flat? Thank you. And you probably know what's coming from me to the developers. My rule is as chair is to chair the meeting, but I will make a comment. Can we please have a visual one day with all the cars parked up after work and the dustbins going round? So we can see what it really looks like. Yeah, just this, because that is utopia. But I'd like to see utopia. That's just a view. It's not anything more. But I would really love to see that one day. Thank you, members, for indulging me. Okay, members, we do have a proposal, and it's been seconded. So I'd like to put that to the vote. Do members agree by assent, or do you want to agree? Anybody not agree? Because that sounded like unanimous to me. Okay, so that's carried, members. Thank you. We move on to item 6. Any other urgent items of business that I decide that are urgent? There are none. So, members, I'd like to thank you for your contributions this evening. I draw the meeting to a close at 7:55 p.m. and wish you safe travels. Thank you.